Investing in filmmaking gear can get very expensive. So how can we make the best investment in our tools? I like to personally test out the gear instead of just relying on others' opinions. Especially since there's as many opposing opinions about what is the best cinema camera as there are Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriends. So every year I do a camera shootout where I test out various cameras I'm interested in using, and then I do a blind test to see which camera I like the most, regardless of the price or brand name attached to it. This year I want you to help me participate and pick your favorite. Plus I want to see if you can even figure out which camera is which. In this video I will test out 5 drastically different cinema cameras. Starting with the most affordable camera, the ZCam E2-F6 Pro, which retails for $4,000. Then we have the slightly more expensive Sony FX6, which costs $6,000. After that, we've got the red Komodo-X, which is a $7,000 camera for the body only. In reality, to get it working, it will cost you more like $12,000. Next, we jump to the red V-Raptor-8K, which costs $30,000, again for the body only. And finally, we have the almost $90,000 camera, which is also a Hollywood favorite, the Arri Alexa 35. To help me do this test, I called on my fellow filmmakers who brought some of these cameras and also their other filmmaking gear. Also helping out in this year's camera tests, we have Victoria Preston back again. She's a talented actress and she's going to be our main model. Now, just as a disclaimer, when I do these tests each year, it's not necessarily to see which camera is the best. Personally, I think with the right skills, they can all produce amazing image quality. I do these tests to see how it feels to actually operate and work and rig each camera. How fast I can, for example, navigate the menus and change the settings. Also, each sensor is different and so is the color science. In a way, each of these cameras can look amazing, but some are definitely better suited for certain types of work. Just even how each camera is built makes a huge difference in how they can be used. For example, the Arri Alexa 35 is built really tough. It's a durable and dependable camera for sure, but it's also big and heavy. Once it's fully rigged out, it's not the camera that I would recommend for a run and gun type of documentary, for example, film. Where this camera really works though is in a controlled environment or a job where you have a dedicated camera crew. This is definitely not a camera you want one person setting up and operating. Now for a fast workflow, you probably want a camera that has a lot of dedicated and customizable buttons, and also a camera that has autofocus. In that case, from the cameras we have here, the Sony FX6 is really the only way to go. It's got autofocus, and not only that, but it's got really good autofocus. Now, for example, if you want a camera that has true RAW recording capability and also a global shutter, then the 2 red cameras are the way to go. However, if you want something really small and also the most affordable camera that comes with everything really that you need to start recording, aside obviously from the lens and recording media, then the ZCam F6 Pro is the best choice. Another great choice in this category would have been the Sony FX3, which I did not have the time to include in this test, but I did test it out along the ZCam F6 in my previous camera tests, which you can find on my website or by clicking the links in the description. Now I'm gonna let you watch the blind tests. Each camera is marked only as camera A, B, C, D, and E, and all cameras were shot in their native ISO, and in the case where the cameras have dual native ISO, I always use the lowest one. I also did not color match the cameras or do really any sort of color grading on the footage, other than applying the standard log to Rec 709 LUT or image profile that each camera manufacturer provides. I also use the same Zeiss CP2 PL mount lenses to make these tests as fair as possible. When you're watching, pay attention to the way each camera handles the shadows and highlight details, also how well the cameras work when they're under or overexposed, and how much of a color shift they introduce in those settings. So make your notes and then write down in the comments which cameras you think they are. Also let me know which cameras are your favorite and least favorite. Alright, hopefully you guys enjoyed these tests. So, in the next video, I'm going to reveal the answers and also share our reactions to the blind tests. Plus, I'm going to include all of your votes and see which camera you guys picked as the favorite. So again, please let me know what cameras you like the most and the least. And subscribe so you're notified when part 2 of this video comes out. Now, if you like this video, then also make sure you check out my previous camera tests and see if you can guess those cameras. You can again find the links to all those videos down below. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.